I applaud your initiative of doing an online application for landlords and tenants. The first question I have, are you requiring landlords to prove that they are legal landlords by publishing their BB Gallup or RAD numbers? Because that was the problem I had, and it seems to be the problem that many tenants have, is that we don't know who is legal and who is illegal.
If you're a tenant and you're concerned with the legal...
Are you publishing a requirement for landlords, stating on your drop-down website, are you requiring landlords to state in their property listings their license numbers to show tenants that the landlord, potential landlord, is a legal compliant landlord?
At this time, it's not part of the application process, but then you will add that to our website this year.
My name is Campbell Johnson. I'm chair of the Urban Housing Alliance, and I was involved in helping to write the legislation that led us to an Office of Tenant Advocate, along with the other 4 that were passed in 2005. I wasn't thinking about mentioning that until you mentioned her engagement there, and I've testified maybe close to 100 times in regard to issues related to this. The first point I'd like to raise is in regard to the legislative process. I'd like to see a real sunshine law enacted that somebody adheres to, so that after we sit down, the advocates sit down with our council people, we don't have landlords, housing providers slipping in the back door and changing the legislation right before it passes, and then it passes on the last day in a totally different form. Okay, that's what we want. Number 2, I just wanted to mention about the median income, area median income, and I've been on the Business Research Advisory Council for Bureau of Labor Statistics in this regard. It is a fraud, and I think that the fact that our politicians for the past at least 3 mayors have always proclaimed we're doing affordable housing, but they have not gone into the weeds to say what it actually is and what it means to us or does not mean to us. But they've used that term consistently and continually and duped people as a consequence of it, and that's a concern. Last question, yes. Last question I would ask is this, that I understand from you that you do an annual report in February, and it just boggles my mind as to why that is not included in the handout materials.
And why are you asking me that again when you and I had that conversation 10 minutes ago, and I told you that we would make certain.
Yeah.
It's on our website currently. We did not put it in this particular handout. I went through the salient points of the annual report when I started the program at the beginning of the morning, talking about our mission, our programs, our budgets. You weren't here though.
I wasn't here at that point, no.
But
the point
again,
is
it
that
will be on
the report itself should be so that people can have it in their hands.
It is an oversight, and we do apologize for it. Anyone who wants a copy of the annual report, we'll be more than happy to send you a copy of the 2012 report. We are required by law to publish it by the 1st of February of every year, which we do. And this year we will be doing it a little different in that we will make it a newspaper copy so that we can get it out. Because in color it's extremely expensive, and as you can see, the budget doesn't stretch that far.
I understand. Thank you very much for that. One thing I would like to just suggest is that we oftentimes complain about landlords. There are probably some, I don't know of any right offhand, who are a credit to their profession. And I would think that there could be some advocate guided identification of those who engage in best practices, and maybe that we could have that, and that could be available to people who are prospective renters and renters as well, so that we know a positive standard, so they know a positive standard, and that positive behavior is rewarded. Is that a possibility?
I think that that's a recommendation that Jules can take back to Sandra Truesdale, because she's the ombudsman for housing providers, and it would seem to me that that particular kind of project would start out of their office.